we are here for the post-gate counseling session for the gate rank more than 2000. As from many days, some students were coming and they were saying, sir, you have taken up to 2000 rank. But if we are having more than 2000 AIR, what are the choices we can go for? What are the chances other than what are the other options that we can go for? These are the questions many students are having. So guys, today we are going to answer all of your doubts. So don't worry about that. And I'm having Vikas Sir and Sooraj Sir with me. So guys, today, if you remember, yesterday, last time when we were discussing, we have discussed up to top 10 NITs, okay? And also some new IITs also. So that was the counseling session for top 2000 AIR. Because up to that AIR, you may get very good branches in the top 10 NITs. But there are some branches in the top 10 NITs also where students having the scores or rank, I will say, up to 3000, 4000 and also up to 5000 can go for. Like engineering materials in NIT Bhopal, 5000 tak ja sakte like that. So many NITs are there. So we will be having a complete list of NIT along with their scores. We will also be telling about some other options like BITS, like there are some other Thapar University, some other colleges. So many options are there. So we will be telling you all the options for more than 2000 AIR, what you can go for. So over to you, Vikas Sir.
So yes, good evening all of you. Hi Viplav, good evening. Welcome to a session. And so in this session, so we'll be taking all your doubts regarding the M.Tech admission if you are having rank more than 2000. So more than 2000 up to 5000, we'll be talking about how you can apply for different colleges. That can be NITs also. There will be some central government colleges. There will be some private colleges also which offer good M.Tech opportunities and good placement after M.Tech. Okay. So guys, please quickly share and like the session. Jaldi se share kar do, like kar do session. So come on everyone. You can share this session in your, first of all, 10 students are watching. That is very less number. Please quickly share the session guys. And only 3 likes. Chalo, 1 like to chalo maine kar diya. Come on. At least I want 10 likes. Out of 10 watching, 10 likes at least I want. And please everyone share the session. And those who have joined the session, please do not forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. So over to Sooraj Sir. Sooraj Sir, exactly. I think so, let's begin the session.
So exactly like at 4 p.m. I had just taken a session on IIT Tirupati. So many of the students, mechanical, our own mechanical students were asking, so mechanical mein kaisa rahega? What will be the scenario? If I'm having this much of ranks, I told you, don't go anywhere. Just exactly at 6 o'clock, we'll be coming up live and we'll be talking about all the possibilities which you can get, all the branches which will be getting if you are having a score or if you're having a gate rank more than 2000. Okay, so we'll be sharing you exact details which were like the last year cutoffs for all the NITs, some top government colleges, state government colleges. Some like private institutes also will be talking about those institutes, about the cutoffs, and also we'll be talking about some placement scenario. Okay, क्योंकि बहुत बार ऐसा होता है you are not able to, you're having a good rank. Okay, let us suppose you're having 2100 rank. What should be the best possible chances you should be taking? Because definitely every student is aiming to have the best chance. Okay, so we'll be providing you some of the options. Then this ranges will be, you should be opting for this particular branch, because if you're not doing so, ultimately it will be your loss. And without guidance, my dear students, बहुत बच्चों का career they go into dilemma. Okay, बहुत बार ऐसा होता है you're having a rank, you might have got some very good college from that particular rank, but due to some lack of knowledge, you're not able to go for that best chance. So today we'll be sharing with you the entire what are the best possible chances for the different ranges of ranks. Okay, and definitely Akshay, Sir Gate 601, every single doubt will be clarified today. All the mechanical engineers are requested, please do share this video to any of the Telegram channels where you have joined, like you have joined your friend circle. You can share this video to your WhatsApp friend circle, so that all of those mechanical students will be benefited from this particular session. So Vikas Sir, Dheeraj Sir,
Akshay Singh, you can get thermal. You can get thermal in the new NITs, and you will come to know also when we'll start the session. We'll tell you the cutoff in the new NITs, and you will definitely know about that. So I think we should start the session, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
So let's begin with our slide, and let's hope every doubt will be clarified in this particular session, sir. So this is our guidance for all the rank holders who are having rank more than 2000. Because already we have taken two sessions from 0 to 1000, sorry, 1 to 1000 and 1000 to 2000. Okay, so now we are going for the next series of this particular sessions in which we'll be talking about the possibilities, the best possible chances for more than 2000. So yes, Dheeraj sir, start.
यस सर स्टार्ट करते हैं सो काफी स्टूडेंट पूछ रहे हैं लाइक अक्षय के साथ साथ अनुभव ने भी पूछा है अनुभव इज आस्किंग व्हाट 677 here your gate score is good and as you see what you are asking is there is not a single option which we can tell you okay there are many options which are possible you need to choose out of them like you can try for new IITs normal branches you can go for some good branches in old NIT and you can go into some good branches into good NITs. Like you can go for thermal design in some of the top NITs, other than top 4, top 5 also. Like. So that depends on various factors. So by first of all, we will show you all the cutoffs of the NITs and all the possibilities. Then individual doubts also we will be taking in between. Okay, so first of all, I will say that you just see the cutoff list what we are showing you for different colleges. After that, you will be having multiple options. Then we will suggest you what is the best among them. Okay. Then in that way we will be going in this session. Okay, sir. I will start. Karte. So okay. So these are the top 10 NITs. Last time we have discussed over that. And I already told you that NIT Warangal, NIT Surat, NIT Trichy, NIT Calicut, these are all 4 NITs who have maintained them in top 4 position from last many years. When we were doing our MTECs at that time also these were top 4 NITs. Yes, they are definitely sometime at number 1, number 2, number 3. These positions may be interchanged, but otherwise these top 4 are always in top 4. So my dear, obviously if you are getting in these 4 NIT, it is equivalent to you can say that only tag of NIT is there, tag of IIT is not there, but placements are good, everything is good, and students are going to prefer these NITs. Okay, you will be getting more and better opportunities for research as well as for placements in these top 4 NITs. Then NIT Surat, I already told you last time that it is now they have done very well. So it is becoming in top 10. Previously it was not. NIT Allahabad is always doing well. And likewise NIT Bhopal, NIT Durgapur, Kurukshetra, Rourkela. So these are the top 10 NITs. Okay. So my dear, sometimes students prefer college, sometimes students prefer branch. I would like to suggest you guys when you are going to have college and branch, then my dear, some students have particular intentions, they have particular interest that somebody is having interest in thermal, like I was having in thermal, like somebody else is having in design. So when you are having some particular interest, then you do not mind about college. But if you do not have that particular interest, then my dear, you can go for a good college. And in a good college, these are 3 options like you are getting design, thermal and production. In that case, if you are getting any of these 3 branches, you do not have any particular interest, then you can prefer the college where you are getting any of these 3 branches. So first, if you are talking about, if you do not have any particular interest, you can choose these 3 branches in a very good college. Okay, so that should be the thing you have to do. But now the thing is that will be, you will be getting based on your gate score. In IITs, when we are saying that cutoff is 680 or 690, then it doesn't mean that every student above that will be getting that IIT. No, it depends on that 30% which is based on interview also. Maybe some student is getting 750 score, his gate 750 gate score, but his interview is not good. So maybe he will be rejected from that IIT. Yes, but my dear, in NITs the best thing is there is no interview. Everything is based on gate score. So when I am saying that you can get this after 520 gate score, so other than 520 gate score, if you are having, definitely you will be getting that. It is not like it will be depending on the further performance in the interview. That is the best thing about NIT. Okay, and if you are having low score, you want to go for IIT, then best thing about IIT for you is that 30% is still there to score well. So both ways it is going to definitely for different students, it may be good, it may be bad, but this is the criteria what I wanted to tell you. So I feel, sir, after that I will say, Sooraj, please continue.
Exactly. So I want to add one point. Many students think about that. They talk about the range of score. Let us suppose the lowest score of gate. Let us suppose IIT Delhi. Let's say X is the gate score. Okay, and they see, okay, my score is more than that of X, so I'll be easily able to get into IIT. but that is we can say that is not the complete statement, because interview एक ऐसा point है that many of the students who are having a very good score but they are not able to make that interview score also. Okay, so or ऐसे भी students है, they are having a low score and they crack interview at very good margin and they are able to get into that IIT. So IIT में एक factor is there, like interview and your score both should be simultaneously looked after. But in IITs में, as like Dheeraj sir also stated, no interview. So definitely if we are sharing some of the data with you, so definitely वो आपके लिए बहुत ही helpful होगा. So let's move for one IIT Tirupati, because I have taken just now, and IIT Tirupati mein is like design and manufacturing. Okay, for like the gate score was approximately 700 and 700 to 600, some this range was the gate score rank, but it's not sure, like it's not compulsory like 600, or if a candidate is having 650 will be able to get into this branch, because we'll be having some interview score also, so it's not mandatory कि ये ऐसा ही होगा. ठीक है, so please make sure, that is a very misconception many students are having, like if my score is let us suppose the last year score is 600, lowest gate score, and you are having let us suppose 650, it's not sure that you'll be able to get into that IIT because due to this weightage in the interview. Okay, but NITs में ऐसा नहीं होता. NITs में like there is no interview, so if you are having that gate score, definitely will be having this. So Dheeraj sir, NIT Warangal.
Yes, sir. Sir, NIT Warangal, when we are talking about, I would like to say, guys, you need to see always minimum gate score. Okay, minimum gate score is something which will give you the exact idea. Okay, because minimum gate score is the gate score of the lowest candidate who got that branch. Okay, so you always check the lowest one, and if you see the lowest gate score, you can see, we already told you many times, design is always going to be the first preference. You can see 764 for machine design in the last of the table. You can see 764. This is the highest you can see. Second number is for thermal, 751. You can see. And my dear, manufacturing is having 721 in the minimum gate score. In maximum gate score, you may sometimes see that thermal is on top, or maybe manufacturing is on top. This happens like, let us say, you are living very much near to Warangal, and you feel that in your rank you could get, let us say there are two NITs, you are having two options, and they are nearby, say, let us say they are having very less differences. So you are getting a rank where you can get admission into Warangal, but you are living near to Suratkal and you are going to Suratkal. So obviously the branch you will be choosing, their score will go up because you were capable of Warangal, but you are going to Suratkal. But you were thinking only 20 gate score, I'm having extra. There is no much difference into that. So these are the things which may change the maximum gate score. But if you see the minimum gate score, they will show you the exact that at what score you can get. Okay, because that is for the last candidate, not for the first candidate. So my dear, this is about machine design and thermal. Third is manufacturing, and after that you can see additive manufacturing, automobile. Automobile is a good one, but if you are already having B.Tech in automobile, as you are not eligible for PSU, then it may be a good choice for you. Okay. Otherwise, I will not recommend for B.Tech to go for specialization, because if you are going for specialization in B.Tech, you will be not eligible for PSU. Like if you are B.Tech in automobile, if you are B.Tech in production industrial, you will not be eligible for all the PSUs, or you will be eligible only for some of the posts in some of the PSUs. So to go for specialization is not a good choice in B.Tech in India, but in M.Tech you can go, or in foreign country when you're going to Germany, there okay, it is fine if you're going for automobile and all. But in India, try to go for in B.Tech at least for a branch which is a general one. Okay, and after that you can see material science when we are talking about, and SIM, computer integrated manufacturing. These branches are also having very good cutoff. You can see 710 is the maximum, 688 is the minimum one. So these are for NIT Warangal, but don't worry, as we go to the other NITs, the score will be reducing. So over to you, Vikas sir, you can go for the next NIT.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about the next NIT.
Yes.
After M.Tech from any NIT or IIT, we can go for teaching test, sir. Yes, Rahul, you can have the teaching, the placement will be there after placement in getting placement in these NITs, but that too, it is not for all the NITs. Like for example, in some colleges you will be having placement in the companies, in some will be having the placement in the colleges. So it is not for every NITs, Okay, there is some placement, good placement in the for teaching in the colleges also. Okay,
Sir,
so if you talk about IIT Suratgal, the maximum gate score for machine design is always having a very high score. But for a same change, you can say thermal engineering is having good score. But I think we have talked about this thing that thermal engineering is having high maximum score, but the minimum score is 734. That means machine design is obviously it is having highest minimum gate score, because that is the minimum gate score requirement to get machine design specialization for M.Tech in IIT Suratgal. Because machine design obviously has got good placement along with thermal also. After that, you have manufacturing and mechatronics. So top 3 specialization for M.Tech, machine design, thermal, manufacturing, they are written, and mechatronics engineering is also good in IIT Suratgal. Okay, but I could suggest that firstly you should go for the top specialization, because suppose after M.Tech you don't get, let's say you don't get placed. Let's take the worst situation. So obviously you should look for the PhD opportunities also. That what are the opportunities if you want to go for the higher studies? That is, if you want to pursue your PhD based on the specialization. So that specialization should be chosen wisely. That is why you should firstly go for the core specialization. Okay. So Suraj sir, I think we should go to the next NIT.
Yes, sir. So, Vikas Sir? NIT Trichy. Okay, so let me tell you about NIT Trichy. Is also the one of the top NITs. I could rather say, agar new IITs and these 3 NITs, if I talk about, definitely you should be going for these 3 top NITs, because they are giving a very tough competition, and rather I would say they are far more better than that of the various new IITs, because some of the IITs are not having their own campus. Okay, and these top NITs are having, they're very well established, and their training and placement department is also one of the top. So definitely you should be going for these top NITs. Now let us talk about NIT Trichy. NIT Trichy, as expected, you can see there is no design, there is thermal, very high score. This is more than that of the new IITs. If I say practically, this is far more than that of the new IITs. The lower gate score for thermal power engineering for NIT Trichy is 780, because again every time we always give to see this minimum gate score, because this is the last candidate who has taken admission into that specialization in that particular college. Okay, if I talk about the second one is manufacturing, as there is no design, so definitely 3 core pillars of mechanical engineering is design, thermal, and manufacturing. These are the 3 core pillars. Okay, and these are, we can say, the core sectors of mechanical. Rest we are having allied like renewable or industrial or material science. These are allied, which is useful if you are going for research oriented. Okay, now let us talk about industrial and safety. Now, many times what I say, this branch, industrial engineering, many students are not actually having that brief idea, because many industries are taking industrial expertise or safety engineers as in all the industries, because every industry is having their own guidelines, and all the guidelines has been amended by the safety engineers or industrial safety engineers. So if you are going into this particular branch, this is also not bad, and you can go into the different industries, and you can go for, there is one position in almost all the industry that we call it as safety engineer. And safety engineer basically demands a master's degree in safety or industrial engineering, and that you can definitely avail from this NIT Trichy. Okay, and at the last we are having material science and engineering. This is also a very good stream, but it will be very good if you are going for like we can say the research oriented, because this is a topic which is we will having a very large scope for research. Okay, if I talk about thermal manufacturing, this is also very good, but if I talk about material science, this is very optimum topic or very optimum stream if you are going for the research or any PhD program, or if you're going for any academics point of view, if you are seeking your career, you can go for this particular branch. Let us go for the next NIT Calicut, sir. Dheeraj sir.
Yes, sir. So, guys, now next is NIT Calicut. So, it is one of the top 4 NITs. And if you see here the number of branches, again, you can see for machine design, the cutoff is high. It is 717. Then second is again going to be this time thermal is not there. So, you can see manufacturing and IEM are there. So manufacturing is 660 and industrial engineering and management is having 640. And you can see material science is having 551. So my dear, these are the four branches. Yes, as Sooraj sir was saying that material science is a good branch if you are thinking for going for research. Okay, like there are many opportunities in CSIR and all. If you are going for, definitely material science is going to be given preference. But as far as the placement point of view, always design, thermal, manufacturing are more important. Okay, so this is about the top four NITs. Now let us move to the next NIT. Yes, sir. Over to you, Vikas, sir.
So yes, the new next NIT that we are talking about is NIT Surat. NIT Surat is a very good NIT, and in this you can see that thermal system design and mechanical engineering. These are the two specializations, and manufacturing. These are the three specializations that we have. The minimum gate score, as you can see, has for manufacturing it is up to 600. That means many of the students are having this query, sir. We are having gate score of 617. So in NIT Surat, if this is the minimum score, then you should just think that with 2021, you can definitely apply for manufacturing in NIT Surat. You can also apply for the design and mechanical engineering. And so the gate score, the minimum gate score requirement is this much. Okay. So NIT Surat can also be, you can apply for the MTECH. It is also one of the top 10 NITs.
Yes, definitely. There's one doubt from Kapil. He want to ask, like, he's having a 598 score and he's confused between Trichy, Warangal, Surathkal and Calicut. Let me show you all the four cutoffs. Like in case of NIT Warangal, definitely minimum, if you see the interdisciplinary also, the minimum is 688. So that will be very high compared to your score. NIT Surathkal also minimum is 665. And NIT Trichy is 688, that too with material science, and NIT Calicut is 551. So you're having a score of like, okay, he just deleted that message. So he was having a score of like 550. So definitely he can go for this material science. Okay. Or NIT Surat is minimum score is 600. So always try to seek the minimum gate score because that will give you the realistic idea. Do not go for the maximum gate score. Okay, हमेशा आपको lower gate score से ही आपको justify, आपको identify करना पड़ेगा which college you need to go for. Okay, so let's. Yes, sir.
One more thing, Sooraj sir, that I would like to add here to couple that some of the students think that they should go for they always look for the old IIT. That old IIT will be having good placement. Obviously, they will be having good placement, but you have to think that they are having good placement only for the core specialization. And maybe some for automobile also. For example, NIT Warangal is good in automobile. So it is not always you should look for the old IIT, NITs or IITs for the MTech. You should also look for the specialization if you are looking for the MTech, because it is your career which will be decided based on that. Whether you will be get placement in the company or whether you will go for the research. So this thing also should be back of your mind that the specialization also plays a very important role. Rather than going for just for the old IITs, NITs and getting any specialization, doing MTech with any applied specialization also or interdisciplinary, I would suggest that you should go for the apart from top 10, there are also new NITs also. You will get a tag also. You will get some preferred specialization of your choice. Okay, so that is my suggestion to everyone who are looking for the old NITs. If you're not having a good score.
One more question is there, like 457 score is there. So dear 457 score, Deepak Yadav, I would like to add one thing. As Vikas Sir was saying, definitely branch matters a lot. It is not like in top, like in IISc, there is a course named as Cloud Technology, where you may get admission into very poor ranks also. Even in that rank, you will not get NIT, but you may get IISc. But there is no meaning in going for that kind of branch. That kind of branch can only give you that one thing, that if you are interested to go for research, then also if you are going for cloud technology, if you do not have interest into that, how you will go for PhD for that? Okay, so that is why branch selection is very, very important. Okay, so as Vikas Sir was saying, and I would like to add here, yes, definitely for 457, you can think of engineering materials type of branches in NIT. Better than that, I will suggest you go for some other examination like GITS and all, where you can get thermal design by giving a separate examination as well. Okay, there are many other options. So now we are moving to NIT Allahabad. NIT Allahabad is always doing well, and you can see the gate score are saying the same thing you can see. And here also once again design is at number 1, 675 is the minimum gate score, 670 for thermal. Thermal design are always having very nearby scores. And then you can see there is a branch here, engineering mechanics and design, which is having 614, that is because manufacturing is not there here. And fluid engineering is having 597 and 537 for material science. So you can see in material science, you may get a chance if your score is more than 537. But I will suggest you, better than going into that, go for some other NIT and go for design in thermal. That will be better if you do not have any interest in material science. Yes, over to you, Sooraj sir.
Exactly. So NIT Durgapur is also one of the, I can say in that particular eastern region, they are covering a very good range of good top NITs. Okay, so if I talk about the score, now this NIT is like having a mixture of students, because if you see the higher end is going till 680 and 670, and the lower end is going till 450. Now, as Dheeraj sir said, always look for the core branches, because if you are going for any other branch which is not having any future perspective, so it will be very difficult for you to go into either research field or any industrial field. Okay, so always selection of specialization is very, very important. Okay, now let us talk about the minimum grade score. It is like always machine design at the top priority. After that, we are having thermal engineering 586. We are having fluid mechanics and heat transfer, a specialized branch in fluid mechanics heat transfer, that is 564. And those are having below 500, they can definitely go for this. But again, I won't suggest you to go for this. Rather go for the core sectors, that is design, thermal, or manufacturing in some other NITs. And we'll be showing you almost all the top NITs with their scorecard. Along with that, some state government colleges which is having a very good, which requires a very good gate score to get into that. Okay, now let's go for NIT Bhopal, sir. Dheeraj sir.
Yes, sir. So for NIT Bhopal, when we are talking about, you can see, as we have previously discussing here, machine design is not there, industrial design is there. Okay. So as machine design is not there, so highest always goes to thermal engineering. You can see 637. Second priority is going for industrial design, that is 579. And placement wise also thermal is at top, and second is industrial design. Even I would like to say that Cummins and Crompton Greaves, and you can say there are some other companies as well, like Mahindra. They are coming for thermal branch there, and they are taking 1 to 2 students for every batch, from every batch, for R&D only, and they are giving packages more than 10 lakh. All the 3 companies. Okay, so they will be taking 1 or 2 students, not more than that, from thermal only. So they will be coming for combined placement for B.Tech and M.Tech. They will be taking 10-15 students from B.Tech and 1 to 2 students from thermal basically. Okay, so thermal placements are good. And in NIT Bhopal, when we are talking about, many engineering colleges are also coming from nearby states. They are taking, if you are interested, you can go for that. Their packages are also more than 7 to 8 lakh for sure. So they are also giving for, if you have done M.Tech from NIT, and if you have interest in teaching, like one student was asking, then definitely if you are going for engineering colleges, NIT, IIT tag is going to help you for stability for sure also. Okay, and even if you want to go for a post of assistant professor, like some student was asking for IIT, NIT, then you have to pursue your PhD also. Okay. So, Sooraj sir, over to you for the next.
Yes, sir. So NIT Kurukshetra, if I talk about again one of the top NITs, and it's having a very good score. If you see the machine design and the thermal, in fact, thermal design, the top maximum is more than that of machine. But if you see the lower minimum gate score, because we should always see this minimum gate score. And if I say machine design, obviously at the top ranking 642, the minimum gate score, who has taken up admission in machine design in NIT Kurukshetra. We are having 614 for thermal engineering, and we are having industrial production engineering as 575, renewable. And this is a very interesting one, because many students think about, sir, renewable mein kaisa rahega? Very students are having doubt. Renewable is good. Again, I'm saying it's because India is a developing country. They are not yet going into full-fledged renewable system. Okay, and in later on, let us suppose after 6 to 7 years, definitely there will be a requirement of renewable experts. Okay, engineers, they are having their background from renewable engineering. Okay, so this will be playing a vital role. But at current scenario, it's a very mixed feeling, because renewable is not having that much of opportunities, and even IITs also, they are giving renewable energies masters. So definitely the small vacancies is being filled up by that IIT. But we can see, if you forecast for the next 5 or 10 years, renewable requirement will be better as compared to the current scenario. But still, if you are saying, if you want to stay in the safer side, you should always go for the machine design or thermal engineering, because they always, it's, we can say, every time you are having some requirement in R&D sector, because design is that field where almost all the industries are having their design domain in R&D sector, and they always prefer machine design experts as to look after the stress strain analysis, how, what will be the failure point of any particular component. So machine design experts is always being required in almost all the industries. Okay, next will be thermal engineering. Thermal engineering, if you are going into different sectors like power plant sectors, or any we can say design and combination of design and thermal engineering, because in thermal also many students go for softwares. There are many softwares where thermal engineers, they do learn in masters, and they can definitely get into the top MNCs with this particular knowledge. So let us go for the next particular NIT Rourkela. Vikas sir.
Yeah, sure, sir. Rahul in the apps is asking about if these are general scores. Yes, these are all the score that we are talking about is general category students. Okay, so accordingly, the other category like OBC, SC, ST, they can also think that their score will be a little bit less as compared to the general category. Okay, Rahul. Let's talk about the NIT Rourkela. NIT Rourkela is in Orissa, and it's also a good NIT. And you can see machine design and analysis is having the minimum score of 702. In every NIT, in any IIT, you will find this machine design will be having the minimum gate score will be highest for this. Why? Because obviously it is having placement, and if you are having good placement opportunities, obviously the demand will be high for this specialization. Apart from that, thermal engineering, then we also have production. These are the three core, and then we have industrial design also in that NIT Rourkela, which is also having a good minimum score 637. So this year, in 2021, we can say those who are having gate score up to 617, 618, they can also get industrial design and production engineering in NIT Rourkela. So in NIT Rourkela, the manufacturing can go up to 600 also, 600 score also. Okay, and also we have metallurgical and material engineering, which is also we can say it is applied branch of specialization. It is not the core one, but it is also the applied one. So you can also go for this metallurgy if you are not getting any core specialization. But that should be only, like I told you, that firstly you should go for the top NITs if you are getting the core one. After that, you should look for the specialization. Okay, I will tell you my example when I will be talking about the private universities. Then I will tell you my example that why I have left NIT Rourkela. I have got NIT Rourkela for my M.Tech, and I left NIT Rourkela with production engineering, and I have joined Thapa University for my M.Tech for thermal engineering. So that was my choice because I wanted to do my M.Tech in thermal, and that was in my head. So same way, it is only your choice. Okay, that for example, you can get production also that is having 637 score. Okay, but you have to decide which specialization you want to go for, because think about what you want to do after your M.Tech. It is just you want to go into an IT, you want to prepare for the government job. Okay, next is IIT Jaipur. If you want to just go to the NIT for the preparation for the government exam, that is fine. You can choose any specialization. But what after the M.Tech? If you are not getting placed, then you should obviously look for the other opportunities. And in IIT Jaipur also, you can see IIT Jaipur design engineering is having a minimum score of 579. So up to 550 score also, you will be allowed to go for the design. It is having very low score there. I don't know why it is having low score, but maybe it is not in the top 10 NIT right now. That is why it is having low score up to 579. But if anyone is having score up to 579, or this year we can say in 2021 the score is less, so we can say if you are having score up to 550, then also you can get design. Then thermal 578, production 498. very less score for production. So those who are looking for that, like Gautam is asking so many times in score 327 EWS category. So if EWS category is there in IIT Jaipur, then you can get production also. Okay. Industrial engineering is having 523 renewable energy. The future is for renewable. We all know that. After 5 years, 6 years down the line, renewable energy will definitely be a preferred specialization for research and also for the placement and other things, because a lot of work will be done for the field of renewable. Okay. Okay, so guys, let's move on to I think move on to the next NIT. And let's see which is the next NIT.
NIT Jalandhar is the next NIT. So it's a, we can say it's a mediocre NIT. Placement scenario is mixed, because sometimes you are having 1 or 2 candidates in almost every branch will be placed, not having a complete placement, because as this we can say in that it's not being included in the top 10 NITs. Already we have discussed. Okay, so if I talk about design engineering, again the top priority along with the thermal engineering, where if you see 579, 482, 549 and 291, always a preferred branch in all NITs. So I think you might have got a scenario, got a basic idea what should be your branch. Okay, what should be your specialization if you are going into the masters. Okay, for going on the safer side, I'm not saying other new interdisciplinary is not, it's not good. It's definitely it's good, but always on the back of the mind you should be having a clarity what you need to do. Okay, now if you go with industrial engineering and renewable, again 435 and 416, and manufacturing is 360. So definitely those are having a score which is, I would rather say, less than 450. They can definitely go with NIT Jalandhar, and you can avail like industrial or renewable, manufacturing. And if you're having any vacant seat, there might be possibility that you might get into design, but it's not sure. You can get, there's a possibility that you cannot get, but definitely if you want to go for any other branch apart from design and thermal, you can go for this particular NIT Jalandhar. Okay. Sir, what chances I'm having if I'm having 717? Dheeraj sir, 717 gate score.
Yes, dear, I would like to say in that score, you will definitely be getting some new IIT or some old NIT. But I will suggest you shall try for some of the old IITs as well. Maybe sometime your performance in interview may make you into some of the branches. Okay, so definitely you must try for that.
Exactly. So if I quickly tell you, like 717, I think sir he is lying in that
top NITs.
Top NITs. Yes. He's a very good chance into top NITs, but provided that they are not having their expected cut, because every year we are having the cutoff is increasing. So it will be dilemma, but new IITs may you can try. Old IITs may you can also try, as Dheeraj sir said, because interview is also playing a vital role. So आपके लिए एक mixed feeling होगी. Next, Vikas Sir, Hamirpur, NIT Hamirpur.
Yeah, NIT Hamirpur is a very good NIT in Himachal, and you can see the score design is having a minimum score of 495, maximum is 508. So minimum score, we should look for the minimum score, so that you guys can also think that whether you are having a chance in NIT Hamirpur or not. So you can see, yes, you can have your M.Tech admission in NIT Hamirpur also if you are having 495 with design. So if anyone is looking for design specialization, you can also select NIT Hamirpur and Jalandhar. Manufacturing 474, thermal is having more, minimum score is more. That means thermal is, if in any NIT thermal is having low minimum score, or we can say high minimum score, that means it is thermal of NIT Hamirpur is good. Okay, so obviously there will be some good placement opportunities in thermal engineering in NIT Hamirpur. Okay, so and then you also have renewable there. So renewable is nowadays in most of the NITs, renewable energy specialization is introduced, because like I told you, in the future there will be renewable which will be there for PhD, for research, for placement, and most of the scenarios. So let's talk about the next NIT if we are having, or we can talk about some government colleges or apart from the NITs if you are having.
The NIT Patna we are having. NIT Patna, definitely it's a very small campus. If you see that the campus is not yet permanent, so you can see it is being reflected on the score also. We're having thermal at 512, design at 471 and production at 400. So I hope so you got a basic idea about NIT Patna, because no need to discuss, because almost we have discussed the same thing is being repeated. Only we are showing is the gate score which is being required for the different NITs. If I talk about NIT Delhi, there is only one specialization, that is CAD and manufacturing. Okay, so they're having a minimum gate score of 523 being required. Okay, so make sure you might have got the idea. Yes, sir.
Here I would like to add one point. Basically, you might be thinking that like NIT Amirpur and some of the old NITs, if you see the gate score was lesser, but here NIT Delhi it is slightly more. The reason is location, obviously, because sometimes students also look for the locations also, that it should be a location where you can easily move with. Actually, when you go to Amirpur, obviously, as it is a very means I will say, if you see campus wise, it is a very good NIT, because obviously Amirpur is a city in Himachal. So it is a beautiful campus, but as I said, the location also matters. Like when you're going to Delhi, you can easily go from anywhere else. To reach to Amirpur, less resources are there. Even trains are not going to direct Amirpur, so you need to go for Una first, then you need to go by buses. So this is the thing. Otherwise, it is really having a wonderful campus. So the location obviously make this thing. Like in B.Tech also, if you see the colleges which are in good cities, they are not having very good placement maybe, but their ranks were more. Means when you are going for cutoffs, they were more, because location also sometimes matters a lot. So that is the reason for that, because NIT Delhi is also a new NIT, you can see. So sir, what about next one? NIT Raipur. So guys, when we are talking about Raipur, now you can see now in these NITs after top 10, thermal is going towards number 1. You can see. Now in thermal, if you see 595 and design only 482 and industrial 440, because in these NITs placements are not there. When placements are not there, then if you go by interest, then maybe students are preferring more thermal than that of design. Design is preferred for placement point of view. If you are having some interest, definitely you can go for that as well. So as you can see, the third branch is industrial here. And for industrial, when you are going to see 502 is the maximum, 440 is the minimum, very less, you can see that. And obviously, if something is having like placement wise, when you see in some of the colleges, some branch are like heard of that. Okay, like NIT Bhopal, it was 637 for thermal and then 550 range of other branches. So some branches are doing really well in some of the campuses. So because of that, their cutoffs are relatively higher. Okay, so after NIT Raipur, guys, NIT Jamshedpur, so Jharkhand. Okay, so guys, here you can see basically manufacturing system, thermal. Once again, here design, if you say this is computer integrated design and manufacturing is there, but machine design is not there. So 508 is for thermal. 400 is for, yes.
Every student can see the difference in the gate score. If you see the thermal, last student is having 508, and if you talk about manufacturing is 373. So it's a huge difference, and you know why this is a huge difference, because thermal, after top 10 NITs, thermal is the preferred branch, because for the safer side, for placement oriented, for the research oriented, because thermal is that branch which is we can say it's an evergreen, and we'll be having many options in front of you. Okay, so make sure if you are going in the from 11 to 20 NITs, like from the top 11 to top 20 NITs, okay, so you should be giving preference to thermal then design, because the same trend you can see later on the next NITs also. Okay, now if I talk about NIT Nagpur is we are having CAD CAM with a minimum score of 586. Okay, now as there is no we can say thermal, but there is a specialization, we call it as heat and power engineering. So it's a combination of two subjects. So many students, they don't go for a new thing, so they go for a standard conventional thing. So CAD CAM is a, we can say, for a design perspective. Then we are having 571, just behind design is heat and power. Then we are having 523 for industrial, and at the end we are having a very low score, that is material engineering, that's 440.
Sir, I would like to add one point here. Like when you're talking about NIT Nagpur, it is much better in rankings if you say about the previous 3 to 4 NITs what we have seen. Okay, it is better obviously, and it is preferred also more. Like it is better than NIT Jalandhar, than NIT that NIT last what we have seen, NIT Amirpur, NIT Delhi. So from these 3 to 4 NITs, NIT Nagpur is much better. Okay. Even some people are preferring after NIT Bhopal, and after top 10, 11, 12 number should be given to this. Okay. So the sequence we may not have put it, but yes, I would like to inform that one thing, that yes, it is better than Jamshedpur, it is better than Hamirpur, it is better than some other NITs like Hamirpur, Delhi and all. Okay, so obviously preferred one also. Yes, sir.
So Kapil is saying, sir, NIT having good placement with a gate score of 598. I think, sir, 598, you can definitely go for the top 10 NITs. Mein. Okay.
Yes, definitely, sir. After Surat, I feel he may get.
Exactly. So top 10 NITs, you can definitely go for that, and go for a safer side like design or thermal, so that you can, if a company is coming for the recruitment, definitely you should be the first candidate or the first specialization to be allowed to sit into that recruitment drive. Okay, now let us go for the next NIT. Talk about, now this is a state government college. This is IIT Jaipur. It is having a very good background. If you see, if you are going for let us suppose research oriented or even placement oriented, we are having IIT Jaipur. It's in Kolkata. Okay, so if you talk about machine design, the upper score is 567, much higher for some of the NITs. If you compare some of the NITs, you can see this 567 is higher than that of the other NITs. Why? The reason being because it's a very old college, IIT Jaipur, and it is having a very good, if I say, research oriented aspirants are very high. Okay, if I talk about thermal engineering as expected, because after top 10 NITs, then thermal is a preferred branch with 588 top and 586 at the lowest, and we're having machine design at 567. Next, we are having material science at 527, manufacturing at 527, mechanics of fluid. Now, if you see, as this is a very old university, okay, so definitely they are having a very high number of specialization. Okay, so almost if you count it, we are having like 8 specializations. We are having much more higher than that of the NITs, which are having like 4 to 5 at max. Okay, so what the reason means, because it is the old we can say college, so the minimum gate score requirement is slightly higher than that of the other NITs. Okay. Now let's go for PEC. Yes, Vikas sir, let's talk about PEC Chandigarh.
Yeah, PEC Chandigarh is a very good college in Chandigarh, and Chandigarh is a beautiful city. You all know that, and pollution is also very less, not like Delhi and NCR. So PEC is a very good college. PEC you can go for mechanical engineering and production industrial specialization. Maximum score for mechanical is 606, and for minimum score for mechanical is 360. So if anyone is looking for a good government college in Chandigarh, you can also go for the PEC. PEC is government, and you can also get some placement in some colleges for teaching also, and maybe some companies also come for the placement. Okay, so you can select this college PEC. And let me tell you personally, I know many of my friends who have done their masters from this PEC Chandigarh, and they have got place in some good colleges and companies. Okay, so let's talk about some different college. Next
Exactly.
college, sir.
One more thing I like to add to this is like in mechanical engineering, it's many state government colleges. What they're doing is they are going for specialization in complete mechanical. Okay, because that is being covering all the aspects of mechanical. If you see the government, state government, like NITs, if you would say the central NITs, okay, and if you compare with the state college, you can see the changes you can have. And one more thing, 606 is the maximum gate score. Definitely, Dheeraj sir already shared that, because the location of a particular college does matter. So definitely, the person who is having 606 might be very, like, he might be from residing from that Chandigarh only. That is why might have gone into PEC. Okay, but 606 also he can go for the other top NITs with this score. He could have definitely got into that, but it's his personal choice. Okay, so always look for the minimum gate score, because that will be giving you the complete clarity what is the admission character or admission procedure, admission score requirement for a particular branch. Okay, so Vikas sir, please share about Thapad also.
Yeah, Thapar is a very good college, and I have done my master's from Thapar. Like I told you earlier also, that it was not that I was not getting any NIT for my master's. I was getting NIT Rourkela, Agartala. Many in Agartala, I was getting thermal engineering. In Rourkela, I was getting manufacturing. But I wanted to do my master's from Thapar. I have to do because I wanted thermal. Okay, and that year when I did my master's, I was not having score. I was having score of 562, gate score that year in 2014. And at that time, I thought that I have to do my master's. I was not willing to wait for one more year. In Thapar University, the minimum score for required for the M.Tech in thermal or design is 500. So if you are having a score of 500 up to 500 or 450 also, then you can also get Thapar. They also provide M.Tech. They also you can pursue M.Tech through gate score, and you can get scholarship also 12,400. Also, the faculties in the Thapar universities are also all from IITs or from foreign universities. They have done their PhD. So good placement opportunities, good research opportunities are there. So you can also apply for this college also. Most of the people are not aware about this because generally people look after the government colleges and IIT, but if you are not having a score and you want a good specialization, then you can go for Thapar University also. And thermal of Thapar is very good. I can say that.
So any other college, sir? Dheeraj sir, any other point?
Yes, I would like to add, like BITS Pilani, I already told that BITS Pilani is a good option because they are taking their own exam. So if even you have not performed well in GATE, that is an option. You can also go to VIT Vellore. That is also good for some of the branches. Okay. For civil engineering, for some of the branches, VIT is very good. Even there are some other colleges like SRM University also. I'm not saying they are equivalent to, BITS is equivalent to NIT. About others, I'm not saying they are equivalent to NIT. But they are good. If you are not getting NIT and you are going for government engineering colleges, and if your gate score is very poor, then they are good to go for. Okay, like in every.
Also you can go for Jamia Millia and Osmania University, Hyderabad. These are also college.
Yes, sir. DTU we have not covered. DTU is also.
Oh yeah, DTU.
That of the NITs. Okay, that is having the same cutoff as that of, and DTU is a very good college. There also placement records are good. Okay. Yes. So guys, these are the basic. If you are asking about state-wise, every state is having some government engineering colleges as well. Okay, like MP, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, every states are having some good engineering college at the state level. There you can go for if you are not getting NIT. Their placements may not be very good, but yes, if your gap is already there in your BTech and that your preparation, if you are already having 1 to 2 year gap, then definitely it will be good if you are going for some value addition. Okay, so for that you can definitely try for some of the M.Tech. What do you say, Sooraj, about this?
Exactly, sir. One more thing, because every state is having their own top state colleges. Like I reside from Haryana, so I know Murtal is a very good college, and if we talk about exactly, many students are going to Murtal to do the masters because the profile of that candidate will be very good. So, Vikas sir, any point?
Yeah, I can say that most of the students are asking about the private colleges. See, if you are not having a good score, let's say you are having score up to 350, 400, then you can definitely go for the private universities and you can go for the central government universities like we have told VIT Vellore, BITS Pilani, Thapar, SRM, Jamia Millia, DTU. DTU is, I can say it is after NIT if you are not able to, and you should not think that DTU is not having, it will be selecting with very low score. DTU also score will be high up to 550, 600 or maybe 650 also. Okay, but if you are getting DTU, then also it's a good college for M.Tech.
Location is also there, no?
Location is Delhi, prime location is Delhi.
Under 1500 ranked is possible. After that, it is not possible.
Yes, yes, definitely.
And only 2 branches are there for mechanical there. And even you can, when you are talking about central government, like in Haryana, YMC Faridabad is there. And similarly, Madhya Pradesh, there are many colleges. Government engineering college, there are many in Gujarat also, like GC Bharuch, GC Surat, many colleges are there. If you are going for government engineering college, you will surely get even if you are GATE qualified only. Okay, but stipend is fine, but placement is not there. That is the point.
Sir, I think after top 10 NITs, the scenario is almost same. Only thing you have to make sure is you are going for the specialization. Okay, because if you are going for the specialization, that will be giving you more clarity and more open opportunities rather than going for a top college with a very new specialization, because that will basically give you less opportunities, and ultimately it will be very difficult for you to grasp any, if you want to go into industry or if you want to go into research, it will be very difficult for you to, or you need to for going into any of the field. Okay, so there is one doubt from Azharuddin. Sir, aerospace cutoff in IITs, can I try aerospace in IIT Bombay, Madras, Kanpur or Kharagpur? Which placement scenario for aerospace score is 717? I think 717.
650 is the score required for aerospace in IIT Bombay. IIT Bombay is best for the aerospace. They also offer the PhD and good placement opportunities in the aerospace. So yes, you can go for the IIT Bombay and Madras also, but Bombay is best for aerospace. It is known to be best for aerospace.
IIT Bombay is renowned for its aerospace department. So definitely, if you are getting a chance to get into Bombay, you should definitely give the first preference to IIT Bombay, then Madras, then Kanpur, and then Kharagpur. I think that will be the order for the inclusion of aerospace, right, sir?
Sir, one more doubt is coming from Abhishek. Dear, 674 is a very good score. I will not suggest you to drop for this. I would suggest you to take admission into some of the NIT and then continue your preparation. You will definitely be getting PSU next year for sure. Or you can prepare for HPCL, HAL, and also there are many other examinations are about to come. You will definitely be selected into some of them. Okay, so don't go for a drop, because it is a very nice score you are having. Okay, yes.
Exactly. What we can do is, sir, he can go into the NITs and he can go this, because 674 is definitely a very good, and he need to give the best. The mistakes which he have committed, he need to overcome that mistake, because next year gate he will be able to get 700 plus. Definitely, only have to do is you have to just be consistent. Go into the NITs, because the workload on NITs, if you talk about M.Tech in NITs, is very less compared to IITs. Okay,
one more thing I would like to say, that all the very best to everyone who are looking for the M.Tech in these NITs and all, with rank of 2000 to 5000. Now I think, sir, I have my class at 7 p.m. So I would like to say bye to everyone, all my dear students, and all the very best. And I hope the best, you get the best college with best specialization, because M.Tech is not just that it is for 2 years and you will get admitted into a college and you will get your M.Tech degree. It is all about your career, your future. So try to choose the best specialization and good college. Okay, so all the very best, and I have to leave the session now, and over to Sooraj sir and Dheeraj sir now. So thank you everyone, and please do not forget to like and share the session, guys. Okay?
Exactly. So Vikas Sir is leaving because he's having his class right now. We'll be there for the next 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll be discussing about some more doubts to be taken up. Yes. So sir, my score is 666 in mechanical general. Should I fill for IIT Bombay material or aerospace instead of going into old NITs? Look, Shahid, what you have to think is, what is your perspective? If you're comfortable enough in aerospace, that too in IIT Bombay, the top IIT and aerospace is the top branch in we can say, if you compare the aerospace all over India, top IIT Bombay is the number one. Okay, so definitely if you are willing and if you are interested to go into aerospace department, definitely you, without any hesitation, you should go for IIT Bombay. But instead, if you're having a dilemma, sir, what I have to do, then you can go for the conventional branches, that is design or your thermal in the top NITs. That should be the criteria that should be followed. Yes, sir. Dheeraj sir, any other doubts?
Yes, sir. I would like to say the same thing only, but as I said, like the score is 666. I feel more chances are there in old NITs only. I don't feel IIT will be possible with this score. And Nipunika is saying about 430. Dear, this session is majorly for mechanical only. But in your rank, you can get NIT Jaipur for sure. Okay. Yes. And for different branches, different sessions are going on. Okay. So this is for core mechanical. So guys, any other doubt if you have, you can also ask. Like Abhishek Walpe, we have already answered, and some electrical issue doubts are there, guys. Already, as I told you, that this is for core mechanical, and for different branches, different sessions are already there. Okay, because this is post-gate guidance. Here, we cannot combine the branches. This because there we are showing the cutoffs. Okay, so that's why we are showing only for mechanical here. Okay, any other doubt, guys? Yes.
So I think that's it. I think we have clarified a lot of doubt, And definitely, if you're having any doubt being left out, please, without any hesitation, go for the comment section. After this video, you can go for comment section and you can post your doubt. We faculties directly will be commenting, or our backend team will be giving you guidance. Okay, so don't worry, without any hesitation, go for the comment section and post your doubt after this video. Okay, so like as you are preparing for gate and ESC, like we told many of the aspirants, go for NITs, go for that preparation, the 2 years we are having. So along with that, you can go for this Gradeup Super, and we have already launched this batch. 5 batches has been launched. This is the 6th batch, which will be launching in the mid of April. So if I talk about the content of this course, we'll be having 950 plus of live classes, 10,000 practice question, mock test, and study notes will be provided. And क्योंकि Gradeup पे it's an online platform, you will be requiring internet, so आपको Gradeup internet भी provide कर रहा है, that is free internet for all the Gradeup Super user for preparation, क्योंकि सही online prep है तो सही internet होना जरूरी है. So Gradeup is providing you free internet along with the course. और IPL भी चालू हो चुका है, तो IPL का benefit आपको Gradeup पे मिलेगा. You will be getting flat 45% off on the Gradeup Super. You have to use this mantra 45 code and you'll be getting अच्छा score की जिद है. So ये code लगा के you'll be getting the access for 45%. So these are the top we can say under 800 AI 10 rankers जिन लोगों ने Gradeup का platform use करके they have secured a very good single digit rank. And Gradeup Super, again already we are repeating, Gradeup Super की help से you'll be getting the access to all the courses. That could be for PSU, that could be for ESE, that could be for GATE exam. Okay, and complimentary green card will also be provided. So thank you for patiently listening to us, and I think we have given you a very good guidance. Our entire mechanical team is now have given you complete. और सर हमने शायद से almost सभी criteria cover कर लिया है. That could be above 4,000 rank also. उनके लिए हमने कुछ एक path दिखा दिया है. I think we have given a showcase a path so that they are not having any confusion being left out.
इवन सर हम कुछ एक दो सेशन और लेने वाले हैं जिसमें हम जो अदर ऑप्शंस है उनके बारे में बात करेंगे, ताकि जो स्टूडेंट का 5,000 के भी बियॉन्ड है, गारंटी भी नहीं मिल रही, तो उनके पास कौन से बेस्ट ऑप्शंस है वो भी we will be having a session for that also.
Exactly. So guys, just if you want to get these type of sessions, please subscribe to this channel, and without any delay, please like this video and share this video to all of your friends. क्योंकि अगर आपको प्रिपरेशन करना है, स्ट्रैटेजी भी जानना बहुत जरूरी है, तो एवरी डे Gradeup के प्लेटफॉर्म यू विल बी गेटिंग डिफरेंट गाइडेंस दैट विल बी फॉर NITs, IITs, non NITs, state government colleges, okay, different new IITs, okay, placement scenarios, everything will be discussed on this platform. So this is it from our side. Dheeraj sir, any last words?
बस सर Gradeup के साथ सही प्रेप है तो
लाइफ सेट है. तो थैंक यू गाइस, बाय बाय, टेक केयर, स्टे सेफ और अपने साथ एंजॉय कीजिए. थैंक यू गाइस, बाय बाय.